Move and Ninja! Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video of Super Move and Ninja! This is my fourth take. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss a video. But if you do, then maybe I'll finish this video. Please do that now. I'll give you a minute. I gave you a minute. So this is all 2023 summer blockbuster movies. So this is going to include Oppenheimer, Gran Turismo, Indiana Jones, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, The Little Mermaid, Barbie, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, Blue Beetle, Haunted Mansion, Fast X, The Meg to the Trench, Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken, Elemental, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. So first we're kicking off with something different. Oppenheimer. This is a C-tier movie. Now, you may be thinking, whoa, boy. Slow your roll here. C-tier movie? Oppenheimer? Yes. You see, this movie is a very... Oh, by the way, it's not a podcast. You have to watch this video to understand this video. Oppenheimer is a very complex movie. Not a good complex movie. It has so much build-up to this one scene where he makes an atomic bomb that you almost forget that you're watching something for an atomic bomb. It takes so long to get to that, and it feels very overblown. I would be more forgiving and put it in something like B tier if it wasn't so long and overblown. But it's 3 hours when it only should be about 2 hours 15 minutes at most. And it just feels like it has so much build-up that by the time you actually get to something, you just forget everything that happened. When you walk out of that theater, you forget what happened, and you just don't even know what you just witnessed. It's something very weird and different. And I'd say if you like historical dramas, if you like Christopher Nolan movies, this is a movie for you to see, but it's not a movie to just see. Gran Turismo. Finally. A good movie, yo! Yeah. This is definitely an S tier. Yeah. I don't know why I'm taking this accent, but it's S tier. S tier. This movie is something very different. It's different though in a different sense. So it's an historical drama, but it's not an historical drama. It's Gran Turismo, baby. This is a completely great movie. Now, I saw this movie a month early, and this movie is just a great movie. I'll tell you why it's a great movie, though. You see, this is a very inspirational movie. It's not just a movie that feels like it was put out to be seen for, in reality, no logical reason. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like something different. It's very inspirational. There's times where you want to laugh, there's times where you want to cry, and there's times that you want to cheer. This is Spider-Man No Way Home if it was about racers. This movie is really something different. You feel, when you watch this movie, you feel like if there's something you're really passionate about and you think you can go to the highest level you can to complete your dream on doing something, you can. And that's something that everyone should know. And this movie really says it. Great movie. I think it's something to definitely see, especially tomorrow and it's National Cinema Day. Definitely go see this movie. You're going to be in for a real pleasant surprise. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Let's get into a whole Indiana Jones conversation. There's 5 Indiana Jones movies. This is how it narrows down to me. Raiders of the Lost Ark, overrated. The first one is great, but it's by far from the best of the trilogy. Temple of Doom, 1,000 times underrated. Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. I think it has such a compelling story, and it's so different from the other trilogy that it just feels like it's something different. Number 3 would be Last Crusade. Very underrated, I'd say, but still far from the best. Number 4, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This movie is just not very good. Spielberg's in the director's chair, but the person who made Dial of Destiny did 1,000 times better when it comes to that area. And I'd say definitely, I love Steven Spielberg, but he did not do a good job on the 4th one. The 5th one, though, is the second best Indiana Jones movie in my opinion. It's a very great treat to see Harrison Ford donning that brown fedora, and it just feels like something different. This is a real treat for anyone who's been a long-time Harrison Ford fan or a long-time Indiana Jones fan. You're gonna like it either way. This is a great adventure film, and if you don't try sitting there nitpicking every little thing that's wrong with it, I think you're gonna enjoy it. This is S tier for me. I think that it's something very different, and it just feels like that classic Indiana Jones movie that you never end up seeing nowadays, and it feels like travel back to the 80s from 2023. Definitely great movie. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now my 4 takes now. I've not gone to this movie yet, so if you heard my review on this before, not a great movie. And I'm torn between C and D. And I put this in C. I think I'd watch it over Oppenheimer. I'd definitely watch it over Oppenheimer. Now, the reason why I'm not a big fan of Across the Spider-Verse is the animation. It's dizzying and it's very colorful and for no reason at all. We can glitch in the multiverse, but why not pixelate yourself, Why do you have to put so many colors? Why do you have to make it look like when your TV signal goes out and you see all those rainbow colors? It just makes no sense. But I think it's a great movie. Definitely, not a great movie. Sorry. That was a mistaken thing. That's not a great movie. Oh. I don't know why I just said that. I'm so sorry. But I think it's a fine movie. I think there are some standout things here. The story is relatively compelling, and I think we've never handled canon events like this in a Spider-Man movie or superhero movie before. I'm glad we get more screen time for Gwen this way, and this movie feels just as much as it is Gwen's movie than Miles' movie. So that's something that makes it C tier worthy and not just D tier. Not great. Like I was about to say, I was thinking of a different movie that we'll get to at some point that has a multiverse plot also. So, yeah. C tier, I'd watch over Oppenheimer though because it's, superheroes. If you're new to this channel, I love superheroes. If you've been with this channel, you know I love superheroes. The Flash. Here's where we're getting to the good stuff. The great stuff. Indiana Jones and Gran Turismo are both S tier movies, but nothing will top The Flash. This is ultimate S tier. Now, you may be thinking, this guy's a crazy person. Should get off this video. You may be thinking that. But let me tell you why The Flash is an S tier movie. Flash is an S tier movie because, well, by the way, anyone who thinks they have common sense probably puts it here or here. It's an S tier movie because, you see, people don't like this movie because of Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller's a stupid guy. He's very stupid. But he hasn't done anything so horrendous that I think we should be boycotting The Flash. Has not done anything so horrendous like that. So, I mean, definitely, I don't really get why it's getting so much hate just because of Ezra Miller. But if you watch this movie, you'd see that it's a very compelling story. Barry goes back in time to save his mother. It's a Flashpoint paradox story. You feel you're in all of these different dimensions. You'd see the dimension through everything that this movie has one story, but it feels like it has a lot of good side plots. Because at times you think you're seeing the story through Michael Keaton's Batman eyes. At times you think you're seeing it through Barry number 2's eyes. And then sometimes you're seeing it through Barry Allen's eyes. And people say the CGI is bad. No, the CGI is not bad. This is a Tim Burton movie. Tim Burton has his own taste. We're seeing this through Barry's eyes. And I think it's very special with this because of just seeing it through Barry's eyes like this. And it's definitely great. It's DC's version of No Way Home. No Way Home has Toby, Andrew, Tom. This has Michael Keaton, Ezra Miller 2, and Supergirl. You're going through these different dimensions. This is DC versions of No Way Home. This is probably my favorite comic book movie alongside No Way Home. I'd say very underrated. If you can watch this movie, give it a chance. You don't know what you're missing out on. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. You know it. S tier. This movie is a triumph from beginning to end. It's a very compelling spy thriller. Tom Cruise is at his best. There's a stunt in this movie that I'm not even going to spoil, because you have to see it to believe it. And when the music stops and that shot is going of Tom Cruise doing a stunt, you just feel like you're there in that stunt's place, and you feel the adrenaline every time. Once you see it and you hear nothing, your heart's going boom, 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 until the music just comes in. It's like, boom. Something different. I've only seen Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 7, and I've not seen any other Tom Cruise movies. So, but this is definitely out better than 1, 2, and 7, because this has so much more action, and this is a very big callback to the first one, actually. And I tell you why it's a callback. There's one scene on the bridge of Amsterdam. There's a scene of Tom Cruise running in the first Mission Impossible movie. Very big callbacks to the first one, so I'd recommend you see the first one at least, if you haven't seen the other ones, before you see this one, because you're really gonna get some whoa if you see the first one also. The Will Murray. F tier. This movie is just a very dull movie. It's nothing, this movie. Ariel and everyone else looks like they're pasted onto a little cardboard and have like sticks and they're being moved around and they've been copied and pasted. Does not look very good. The performances are uninspired. I feel like they're just there to get paid. They take out Under the Sea, Dollars at Trident, and everything. Really makes you wonder what Trident does in his free time. It's just all around a bad movie. And I had to walk out halfway through I don't do that. Normally, I don't do that. So it's something very different when I do that. Barbie. This needs no introduction. Before I start World War 3, this is F tier. I'd watch The Little Mermaid over this. And I do not like The Little Mermaid. Barbie is just such a terrible movie. It's the worst movie in the world. Literally. It's the worst movie in the world. So, before I start World War 3, I'm not going to give any introduction to that right there. Transformers Rise of the Beast. We're getting good here. We're getting S tier again. So, trying to put this in a specific spot. Okay, Transformers Rise of the Beast. This movie is a great movie because it's just that classic Transformer feel. I'm someone who is obsessed with the Beast Wars cartoon from the 90s, and this is, if you've seen that and you like that, you're gonna love this. The Transformers are at their best. At times it's funny, at times it has awesome action, and Transformers have never gone and have never looked and felt better. And it's just all around a good movie. There's parts where you want to cheer for things you never thought you'd cheer for. This is a great movie, and definitely see it now that's dropped on Paramount Plus. I've seen this in the theater 3 times. It would have been great if you did, if you have. Blue Beetle. S tier. This movie is great. It's such a classic origin story movie. This feels like a Spider-Man movie. It feels like it's Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland Spider-Man movies at the same time. It's Tobey Maguire with the responsibility quotes. That feel and motive to be Spider-Man because you want to be Spider-Man. Same thing here. Blue Beetle has that feel and moment that to be Blue Beetle and why he is Blue Beetle. So, great movie here. Classic origin story. At times it's funny, and at times it's emotional, and it really has great action. Now with the Blue Beetle stuff, it's kind of slow. You really don't get that till the second act, but even the first act, it's funny and it's rolling. It's just a great movie. I'd recommend you see it right now. Haunted Mansion. It's our first... Wait, what? I accidentally grabbed Insidious. Haunted Mansion. It's our first B-tier movie. Now, this movie, not bad, but it's not the best. It's a B-tier movie because it's good. I'll say it's enjoyable at times, but it's very flawed. What I mean by it's flawed is that there's times where lines feel out of place. Like there's an advertisement for CVS and how the psychic got incense. Just show yourself walking into CVS. It's going to feel way less out of place, and you don't just have to talk about CVS at any moment. The advertising is very out of place and forced. This feels like a big commercial, but there are times where you feel satisfied, like at that final battle between the guy and the Hatbox Ghost. Very, very satisfying. So I guess you do see movies to feel satisfied, and I guess this does deliver some satisfaction. So it's a movie for some people, not all people. It is a movie for me, though, I'd say, and it's a good movie. The Meg to the Trench. It's an A-tier movie, so if you heard my review of Speed the Smart Selfish, you'd know that we said this is our new favorite movie. This is not my new favorite movie, but this is something that I did enjoy. It's definitely something different because I'm not someone who likes shark movies, so it's not 1,000 times my thing, but the action is good. There are some times where it's funny, especially in one of the first scenes. There's times where it's pretty funny. Not like laugh out loud funny, but there are times that it's kind of funny. And I'd say go see it. It's definitely not S tier though. It is A tier. It's very dumb, cheesy, and stupid. But I think that's what you expect when you see something like The Meg. So, yeah. Fast X. Ba-da-na-na-na-na-na. S tier. This movie is adrenaline pumping. You have to see it to believe it, and see it to understand it. There's not a time where I don't feel my adrenaline pumping in this. Jason Momoa is such an unexpected, intimidating villain. He's so intimidating and crazy that every time there's a scene with him or something to do in this movie, you're feeling boom, 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 boom. Vin Diesel is amazing. Vin Diesel is a top-notch action star. He's now my fourth favorite actor just because of this movie. He's great. And Fast X is great. I've seen this movie 3 times, and each time my heart was pumping with adrenaline. Wanted to see it a 4th time, but I got all fears. And the only times are at 10:15. So, great movie though. I'd recommend it. Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. Like I said before, this movie was made out of them having no ideas and them suddenly saying, my daughter's named Ruby. My last name is Gillman. Ruby Gillman. And then it's like, well, I'm cracking up. Why not make it a Kraken? Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. That's how this movie was made. There's almost nothing you can say about this movie, but it's just Kraken. It's Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. There's not much you can say here. I give it a C tier in between Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Oppenheimer. I'd maybe watch Across the Spider-Verse over Ruby Gillman, but I'd watch Ruby Gillman over Oppenheimer. Elemental, D tier. This movie has literally no story at all. What makes it have no story, though, is that there's fire and ice. It's like a boy-girl fall in love. This is girl fire fall in love with boy fire. Boy fire is bananas for girl. Boy water is bananas for girl fire. So, it's not an S tier movie because Little Mermaid and Barbie are 1,000 times worse. There are some scenes that are there are some things that are kind of enjoyable about it. Like, the CGI is not terrible. It's not visually groundbreaking, but it's not visually terrible. Across the Spider-Verse has worse animation, but somehow it's just over that because it has somewhat of a story at least. This has no story. I'd say don't really see it, but I mean, so Pixar's come back. I don't expect anything too good. TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Now, if you heard my initial review on it, I was way too harsh on this movie. I said it's good, 6 out of 10. It's good, but not very good. It's bad, 6 out of 10. That's what I said before. But I saw it for a second time, and it's actually great. It's an A and a half out of 10. So 8.5 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, whatever you want to call it. But it is not bad. This is the funniest TMNT movie, I'd say. And the funniest in the sense that, like, it's just funny. Like, there's times where you're rolling over laughing with that micro-milking jokes and stuff. And Jackie Chan is so great in the role. Jackie Chan feels like he was made for the role. He's such a sweet, loving guy in the movie. And it's just a great movie. It's an A tier. Not an S. I'd watch it over The Meg, though. So, there you have it. There's my 2023 summer blockbuster movie. Remember, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notifications bell so you never miss a video, so we can say I finally succeeded in making this video. Also, Super Movie Ninja is out!